Throughout history, angels have always fascinated humanity. Described as divine messengers, guardians, and protectors, these celestial beings permeate the spirituality and beliefs of various cultures around the world. But what if they were not just a product of faith? What if angels actually walked among us, leaving evidence of their presence? In recent years, security cameras, amateur recordings, and footage captured during moments of prayer or tragedy have brought to light images that many believe to be proof of the existence of these divine beings. These are the videos you are going to watch today. The story about Glenn Thorman, the chief of volunteer firefighters from East Jordan, Michigan, mentioning that his security camera captured an angel hovering over a car, gained a lot of media attention in 2018. The released image shows what appears to be a bright, winged figure floating above a vehicle. Thorman stated that the photo was automatically taken by his home's motion camera, and he interpreted the figure as an angel, viewing the phenomenon as something spiritual. He shared the image with his church pastor, who also believed in the possibility of it being an angel. However, skeptics argued that the figure could be explained by natural causes, such as a bug or a moth passing near the camera lens and reflecting light, creating an illusion. Even with the possibility of it being something natural, many people firmly believe in the supernatural explanation, and even the pastor of the church frequented by the firefighter believes and claims it to be something divine, in this case, a protective angel. A street security camera captured the exact moment two men were fighting, and one of them did not seem to be alone, if you know what I mean. In the footage, we can see the two men punching each other, until one of them, who was on the ground, tries to get up, but something, a sort of shadow, seems to come out of his body, making him larger and clearly startling the other man he was fighting. Not even he understands what happened to him and looks lost. However, the cameras recorded everything in a bizarre way, and of course, the situation went viral. Could this be yet another guardian angel doing its job and helping the man at the moment he needed it most? Or just an optical illusion or image distortion? Well, it's impossible to know for sure, but the mystery remains. The case involving alleged angels caught on camera at St. John Brebeuf Church in Niles, Illinois, also drew the attention of people interested in spiritual phenomena. In 2021, images from the church's security system showed bright, winged figures inside the temple during a funeral. These bright figures seemed to be suspended in the air and emitting their own light. Some members of the congregation interpreted this as a divine sign, especially since it occurred in a religious setting. However, experts suggested alternative explanations such as light reflections, moving dust particles near the lens, or even camera interference. There was also much talk about the priest using incense in the area and how the smoke could have reflected the light, causing an image that coincidentally resembled something divine or supernatural. A man was recording the entrance of a church or temple and expressing his anguish about wanting to enter the place but not being allowed to, apparently because it was a religion he did not belong to. Asking for a sign regarding what he was talking about, he was then surprised by what he saw in front of his eyes and on camera. In the footage, the man is calmly filming the entrance to the church from his vehicle until, as he asks for a sign, a white shadow suddenly appears out of nowhere, walking across the street and quickly entering the church. At the moment it happens, the man does not notice it, but upon reviewing the recording, he sees what unfolded right when he was asking for a sign, and of course, he is astonished by it. He shared the video and it spread online, where many people began to be impressed by the image and by the supposed divine apparition occurring at the moment the man was seeking an answer. The case of the angel at the Kaaba is often discussed in religious circles and in stories related to extraordinary events in Mecca, Saudi Arabia. The Kaaba, located at the center of the Great Mosque, is the holiest site in Islam, and many Muslims believe that supernatural events may happen there due to its spiritual significance. A widely shared video on social networks some years ago supposedly showed a luminous figure flying over the Kaaba during prayer. Many attributed this to the presence of an angel, while skeptics suggested it could be drones, reflections, or digital manipulation. Although there are no widely confirmed reports of an angel being caught on video or physically seen at the Kaaba, stories and rumors of heavenly phenomena in the area circulate among the faithful. One of the most common accounts involves lights or figures that believers interpret as divine signs, possibly angels. Belief in angels plays a central role in Islam, and events involving unexplainable occurrences are often seen as reaffirmations of faith. This reflects people's devotion to the sacred site and their openness to spiritual interpretations. The case of Asher's mother, a little girl with Down syndrome who claims to have captured the image of a supposed angel through an airplane window, moved the internet due to its story and symbolism. During a flight, the mother took a picture of the landscape through the windows, and upon reviewing the images, she noticed what looked like a luminous humanoid figure in the sky. The mother interpreted the image as a special sign, especially given the unique journey of raising a daughter with Down syndrome. Many internet users responded with messages of support and inspiration, seeing the moment as a reminder of the presence of something divine or protective. While the image touched the faith and emotion of many people, experts suggested possible natural explanations, such as light reflections on the window, cloud formations, or even distortions in the camera lens. Nevertheless, the emotional meaning the mother and the viewers attribute to the photo seems to be the most important aspect of the case, regardless of its origin. This case occurred in August of 2013 and became known as the Miracle of the Mysterious Priest. During a serious accident in Missouri in the United States, a young woman named Katie Lentz was trapped in the wreckage of her car after a collision with another vehicle. Rescue workers were struggling to free her as her vital signs began to fail. At that moment, a priest suddenly appeared at the scene, even though the area was cordoned off, and offered a prayer for Katie. The man, described as an older priest with a calm appearance, asked everyone to remain calm, prayed with Katie and the rescuers, and said she would be fine. Minutes later, a rescue team managed to stabilize the situation and finally extricate her from the wreckage. When the rescuers looked for the priest to thank him, he had already disappeared without a trace. The incident led to widespread speculation. Many believed that the priest was an angel or a miraculous figure sent by God. Later, the mystery was solved when Father Patrick Dowling, from the Diocese of Jefferson City, identified himself as the man who had been there. He explained that he was passing through the area and decided to stop to help and pray. Although the event has an earthly explanation, the calmness and emotional impact of the priest's presence at such a critical moment continue to be seen by many as a providential and inspiring act. A video recorded inside a mosque that shows a supposed luminous being kneeling in prayer among the faithful has been circulating on social media and sparking debates among believers in the phenomenon and skeptics. The video supposedly captures a bright figure with an unusual appearance, taking part in prayers during a moment of collective devotion. Such accounts frequently draw attention because of the widespread belief in angelic figures in Islam, known as malaika, mentioned in the Quran and playing important roles in religious tradition. The idea that an angel could manifest in a sacred environment, such as a mosque, reinforces spirituality and faith for many believers. On the other hand, experts and skeptics often point to natural or technical explanations for these phenomena. Light reflections, camera flaws, or even digital edits can create images that resemble bright figures. In the specific case of this video, there's no confirmation or concrete proof of its authenticity, but the emotional and spiritual impact for those who believe remains significant. The case of Chelsea Banton at Presbyterian Hospital in North Carolina is widely known as an inspiring story involving a supposed guardian angel. The event took place in 2008, when Chelsea, a 14-year-old girl with a history of severe health problems, was hospitalized in critical condition due to pneumonia. Doctors had already warned the family about the severity of her situation, and she was near death. At that moment, the hospital's security cameras recorded a bright, undefined figure entering the hospital corridor. The image seemed to show an illuminated humanoid form, which many interpreted as a guardian angel. Shortly thereafter, Chelsea's condition began to improve inexplicably, surprising doctors and family. She recovered against all odds, which led her mother, Colleen Banton, to firmly believe that the angel was responsible for saving her daughter. Although some people consider the case a divine manifestation, skeptics have suggested more rational explanations, such as light reflections or dust particles illuminated by the security cameras. Even so, for Chelsea's family and many who have heard this story, the event remains a symbol of hope and faith. The case involving Robert Mansfield and his partner Stephanie Scott concerns an image taken during an apparently ordinary moment, but which drew attention because of the presence of a supposed white shape in the sky. Stephanie and her son Oscar Scott were returning from an outing when the home's security camera recorded the image, and only later did she notice the figure in the sky. When she showed the photo to Robert, he was also surprised. The image allegedly shows a white or luminous shape that many have interpreted as an angel or some spiritual form. The story resonated with those who believe in supernatural or divine manifestations. For Stephanie and Robert, the presence of the shape was seen as a sign of protection or something special, especially because it was linked to a family moment and also due to Robert's father having passed away recently. Skeptics suggested explanations such as light reflections, a cloud with a peculiar shape, or even dust on the camera lens. Nevertheless, Robert firmly believes it may be his father in the form of an angel. A widely shared video on social media shows a supposed angel appearing during a man's baptism in a river, causing a mixture of awe and skepticism. The event supposedly occurred during an open-air religious ceremony when, at the moment the man was being baptized, a luminous figure or bright shadow seems to appear near him. Religious viewers interpreted the phenomenon as a divine sign, believing that the presence of the angel symbolized spiritual approval or God's protection during the sacred act of baptism. This type of account is often seen as a reaffirmation of faith in religious communities. On the other hand, experts and skeptics have suggested natural explanations, such as refraction of sunlight in the water, reflections on the camera lens, or even dust particles or insects near the lens. Accounts of a supposed angel appearing during Salah Islamic prayer in a Muslim congregation have circulated on social media and among religious communities. The phenomenon has allegedly occurred in a mosque where, during group prayer, a bright figure or luminous shadow was captured by cameras. Salah is a deeply spiritual moment for Muslims, carried out several times a day as part of their devotion to Allah. The possibility of an angel appearing during this sacred act is seen by many believers as a sign of blessing or divine approval, since angels play a central role in Islam, serving as God's messengers and protectors of the faithful. In the images, this being's appearance is quite visible, really seeming to be something supernatural. As previously mentioned, videos or images portraying these supposed phenomena are generally met with skepticism by experts. Light reflections, technical flaws in the cameras, or even natural effects such as illuminated dust particles can create illusions that appear supernatural. Up to now, none of these accounts has been scientifically proven, but that does not stop many people from interpreting such events as heavenly manifestations. The story of Father John Bach, who escaped a serious collision in a traffic accident, became famous as a possible divine intervention attributed to his guardian angel. The incident happened in October of 2022, when the priest, who was 87 years old, was driving to celebrate a mass in honor of Guardian Angels Day, a religious commemoration that recognizes the protection angels provide to the faithful. On the way, an out-of-control vehicle drove straight into the path of the priest's car at high speed. Astonishingly, the runaway car passed over the priest's vehicle without hitting it, thanks to a slight rise in the ground. The entire scene was captured by security cameras and showed the exact moment the other vehicle flew over the priest's car, without him even realizing the imminent danger. The priest, who had no idea what had happened until he saw the video later, attributed his survival to divine intervention. He believed that his guardian angel protected him at that critical moment, especially given the symbolism of the day it occurred. Although skeptics point to coincidences or natural explanations, such as the angle of the terrain and the dynamics of the out-of-control car, believers widely interpret the event as a clear sign of heavenly protection. The incident inspired many people, reinforcing their faith in guardian angels. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.